of King James I of England. The Great Britain describes the combination of England, Scotland and Wales. The bagpipers. During the expansion of the British Empire, the Scottish Great Highland bagpipe became well known worldwide. This surge in popularity was boosted by large numbers of pipers trained for military service in World War I and World War II. Today, in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth nations, the Great Highland bagpipe is commonly used in the military and is often played in formal ceremonies. The Queen's Guard and Queen's Lifeguards are the names given to contingents of infantry and cavalry soldiers charged with guarding the official royal residences in the United Kingdom. William I. He is also called William the Conqueror. He was the first Norman king of England, reigning from 1066 until his death in 1087. He was illiterate and he never spoke English. But he had more influence on the evolution of English language than anyone before. Henry VIII. Henry was the king of England and played a critical role in the English Reformation. As a young man and monarch, he had a diverse appetite for art, music and culture. He was witty and highly educated. He loved music and also wrote some. Henry inherited an entire peaceful nation after his father ended the War of Roses. Queen Victoria. Victoria was the Queen of Great Britain and Ireland. She adopted the additional title of Empress of India. It was her reign that was a period of industrial, cultural, political, scientific and military change within the United Kingdom. The era was marked by the great expansion of British Empire. Elizabeth II. Elizabeth is the Queen of United Kingdom, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. She is the head of Commonwealth. Elizabeth has so far seen many constitutional changes such as devolution in the United Kingdom, Canadian partition and decolonization of Africa. She is the world's longest reigning monarch as well as Britain's longest lived. Diana, the Princess of Wales, was the first wife of Charles. She undertook the royal duties on behalf of Queen Elizabeth. Diana was celebrated internationally for her charity work. Therefore, she turned into an iconic figure around the world. She promoted herself for the good of others, but this fact was often manipulated. The princess had an extensive involvement in the health-related issues even outside the purview of traditional royal involvement. Well, we're talking about the British land, so how can we just forget William Shakespeare? He was an English poet, playwright, and an actor. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed oftenly. He is regarded as the greatest writer and often called England's national poet.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks, that flesh to hear to consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life, for who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of disprized lot, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns, the patient merit of unworthy takes when he himself might his quietest make with a bare bargain. Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death?